Welcome into another one-on-one session here at OKPreps Media Days. I'm Michael Knight, sitting down with Carl Albert, senior Javion Hunt. Javion also a commit to the University of Arkansas. Before we get into the Razorbacks, let's talk about last season. Another championship for Carl Albert. Let's start right there with what it's meant to you to be a part of this program. And obviously, it's been a lot of fun because there's been a lot of winning. But at the same time, what has it meant to you to kind of add to the legacy of Carl Albert football?
It's been a long road. Me and my dad were talking about it the other day. It feels like I've been there forever, playing so early and seeing so many great athletes that I learned some things from and play with go through there, such as Dadrian Taylor, Jaden Poole, and Jason Taylor, who's at OSU now. So it's just culture and family because I still talk to those guys weekly, and we still have that great bond. So it's just a real family culture, and I feel like I'll be coming back after I leave as well. So I kind of took that from there.
What have you done, the last year or so to take more of a leadership role? Because you mentioned some of those names. They were seniors and juniors when you were a young cat. Now you're that guy that needs to be a leader. What have you done to take more of a leadership role with some of the younger guys on this team?
I've worked on being a little bit more vocal. Me and Ben have both worked on being a little bit more vocal, with us being some of the bigger leaders on the team. We weren't very vocal people, and I think that helped. Me and Ben took that jump last year and are still working on being more vocal because I feel like we lead by example very well, but being more vocal is something I could have worked on. I still can do some work on, and that's what me and Ben are striving to do to lead this team.
Last year, Kentrell had a breakout season as a sophomore, probably allowed you to have a little more rest, when the offense was on the field because you do play defense as well. What was that like for you to kind of take a step back as a running back and let him, take some weight off of your shoulder? What was that like for you to be able to bring him along and let him have some of that shine, so to speak?
Well, all last year I battled injury a little bit, beginning with the ankle sprain and towards the end pulled hamstring. So having him really helped me a lot, helped me heal. Didn't really have to push too much on neither one, and finally got back to 100%. And I really appreciate him stepping up and replacing and being that filling that void and being a really good player for us.
What can we expect from you guys this season? Because, he had that breakout year last year. You still had a good season as well, put up big-time numbers, a lot of touchdowns. What can we expect from the two of you this year? Especially at the beginning of the year, you're going to be 100%, and that thought is pretty scary, the two of you together. What can fans expect from the, what we'll call the dynamic duo running back, tandem at Carl Albert?
They can expect no selfishness. Me and Buddy, we get along very well. That's my brother. That's my little brother. I'm always going to take care of him, have his back, and he'll do the same for me. So no selfishness. We'll enjoy being in the backfield together sometimes, and maybe me splitting out to receiver from time to time. So it'll be different, and it'll be fun. We won't really care about the numbers. We just want to go out there and play and put the best players we have on the field.
All right, let's call the Hogs and talk a little Razorback football now, because you did commit to Arkansas. You obviously had a lot of choices out there. Fortunate to get recruited by schools all over the country. Before we talk about Arkansas, let's talk about some of the teams that came close. And what about them that led you to that decision? That they're one of the finalists. They're one of those teams. But ultimately, obviously, you went to Arkansas.
Yes, sir. There are some great schools out there, such as Nebraska, Memphis, Baylor, just different schools like that, and I like them, but it was something about Arkansas, and from the immediate, from like the beginning, it just jumped to me, and I loved Arkansas, and I still love Arkansas to this day.
What about it is? I mean, obviously they have a new coaching staff. They're going through a little bit of a rebuild right now. Is that something that kind of pulled you in to where you're going to be a part of, the comeback for Arkansas football? You're going to be able to build it back to what it was, earlier in this decade and last decade.
Yeah, for sure. Pittman, he's an Arkansas guy, Oklahoma guy. So I really like Coach Sam Pittman. I think he'll get things turned around. I like that he likes to run the ball a lot from him being an O-line coach. So he recruits the best O-linemen and produces the best O-linemen and running backs. So I really like the fact of that about our going to Arkansas, and I like it's similar to Carl Albert culture. So I want to bring that winning culture with the family culture, because the family culture from Arkansas and Carl Albert are very similar.
Last week, you got a new teammate who committed in Union running back A.J. Green. You mentioned, Arkansas has the chance to produce some really good running backs. The two of you might be the two best in Oklahoma right now. How excited were you when you saw that A.J. is going to be headed to Fayetteville with you as well?
Oh, I was pumped. Me and the running back coach have been planning it for a while. We wanted to get A.J. on there because we complement each other very well. With him being a really fast 10-2 guy in the 100, he's very good at stretch, outside zone, and he could be a huge playmaker in special teams, returning kicks and punts. While I'm good in between the tackles with great vision, so we complement each other well. And I'm used to playing with another back, and I enjoy playing with another back. It gives you a little rest, and I think we can do something special in Fayetteville.
Well, let's talk about this, because after he committed, and we had him in here yesterday, full disclosure, so I joked with him then. He commits, and then somebody said, hey, he's the next Felix Jones. AJ responds and says, Felix Jones on steroids. So if AJ is Felix Jones, does that make you Darren McFadden?
D-Fad, he's a great running back. Running back I looked up to. I hope I can go and put up numbers like D-Fad at Arkansas. That would be legendary, and I would really enjoy doing that because D-Fad is probably the best running back to ever go to Arkansas. So if I can be D-Fad on steroids, then it's going to be scary.
Look, hey, it was scary when McFadden and Jones were doing their thing back in 07, 08, and if Hunt and Green do the same thing next year and next coming years, Arkansas is going to be winning some games. But before you go to Arkansas, you got one more year at Carl Albert. So let's end it there. To win another state championship, you got history that can be made with being the second Carl Albert team to win 5 straight. What has to happen in order for you guys to accomplish that?
I don't think it necessarily has to be us focused on winning that ball. I think it has to be us focused on the little things like building camaraderie, working hard overall, just working hard, weight room, off the field, on the field, just period, working hard and building that camaraderie with some of the new guys that are going to have to fill in, like some younger guys that we'll need some receivers, we'll need some O-linemen, we'll need maybe some linebackers. And I think we have the talent, and as long as we build that camaraderie and we work hard, we'll be in the mix, and that's all I can ask for.
Well, look, they got a lot of talent coming back. All eyes is certainly going to be on Carl Albert in Class 5A. Javion, again, congrats on committing to Arkansas, and thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
He's Javion Hunt. I'm Michael Knight, and this has been another one-on-one session here at OKPreps Media Day.